It's done again, and I realize it's been about a month. I was kind of waiting to do a video again, an update, because I had a number of appointments real close together, so I figured I'd just kind of like wait till I had all the appointments done. When I had went to the dermatologist, I had the stitches removed and everything looked good, and I won't be seeing the dermatologist again until September for my full body checkup. But everything looked good. And the report came back positive that she had gotten all of the severely damaged, tissue in the outer leg on my left leg, and then on my right shoulder blade, so to speak. So that's one thing. And then, of course, I had an appointment with the surgical oncologist, my 3-month appointment. I had all my lymph nodes that are left in my body, you know, uh, palpated, so to speak. It's what they kind of feel for them. And there were none that were enlarged, so that's positive. Also, my uh, PET scan was very good for July. I won't have another one done for 6 months of the body, and I believe in January I will have one of my. I think I'm scheduled to have uh, a CT scan of my brain with contrast. When talking to the surgical oncologist, we discussed, all the different aspects of my present treatment, and he was very nice, and just was asking how I was doing with it, and I just told him that, that I was side effects that I was having, and no rhyme or reason of basically fevers and high fevers and body aches and uh, trying to think of it's other stuff. There's others I'm sure I'm forgetting, but like the fogginess and the forgetfulness. They call it chemo brain. I don't know how true that is, but anyway, and of course the fatigue is the worst. Um, and he had said that you could, if it comes to the place where it's just um, you just can't handle it anymore, and it's not worth it's affecting your quality of life. You want to quit. That's always an option. And I said, I knew that was true, but I wasn't willing to do that. But I did ask him. I said, okay, based on what you know of how this, of how melanoma, malignant melanoma grows and everything, and what is statistically my stage of recurrence. And he said I am there's 3 levels: mild, moderate, and high risk, and I am at the high risk stage of my risk factor for reoccurrence. And I said, when would that be statistically, based on the statistics and everything that you know that's closest to me? And he said 2 years. So based on that, I mean I was going to persevere anyway, but based on that, I was I'm not willing to quit. I don't want to quit unless it comes to the place, um, you know, that it will literally, damage my organs or something serious where it would be more, it would be worse for me to continue than it would be for the benefit, of maybe, possibly not getting a reoccurrence. So I took that information with me to my medical oncologist here locally, because he was kind of hinting about me quitting, saying, I could quit if I wanted to. When he was asking me my symptoms and if my bladder inflammation was resolved, I said yes. But I mean, the irritation. This is a condition that I had before I even started on. They call it interstitial cystitis, and it's a chronic form of an irritated bladder, not infection related, but I could eat or drink something like say drink I could drink some soda that could aggravate and inflame my bladder. So it's not even just about the interferon so much. And, um, I get headaches and all kinds of strange symptoms. But my point is that it's not always going to be related to that. And it upset me that my oncologist was like almost hinting around that I could get, that he would, I could quit if I wanted to. I mean, in a like pushing me towards that almost. And I thought it was really upsetting. And it kind of just came at a time when I was just having struggles with my way of life right now, with how it's affecting me, and I know it's hard. I know, but it can be very lonely. And because people don't know how to act and what to say, I feel like I can't be honest with them. I have to put on this brave face and say everything's great, and and jokingly say I'm living the dream. And when somebody asks me, how are you, how are you, how are you, they don't, honestly, most people don't really want to know. And the only one I really feel like I can be really truthful with now at this point is my nurse that takes care of me in the chemo uh, center, because it's almost like the doctor was just kind of getting a little bit rude to me when I was telling him I was having headaches and stuff. And it's just, I'm just really frustrated, and um, think really told my husband last night that I was so frustrated that I think that this is the second time that my oncologist has talked to me like rudely. And I feel like I don't have to put up with that. And I'm going through enough, and I don't need to hear that from him. So I'm gonna. I really think that I'm gonna change my doctor on Monday, and um, so that's that. That's one of my struggles. My emotional state. These I've been struggling with that lately. Um, Based on, I think, because of what I'm going through with all the symptoms and stuff. It's hard to stay positive when you are being slammed with side effects and feeling like you're going through the flu every other day. I mean, but Friday, thankfully, I did not have to have another treatment, because when I went to see Dr. Song, he ordered a shot this past Wednesday for to encourage my bone marrow to make more baby white cells. Mine were low, and it's caused from the interferon treatment. And he said that it's going to continue, and he said I can almost guarantee you that every time we pulled the blood today, we would find that it's going to be low again. And so I have to order this shot for you. And I didn't argue with him. I said, okay, but that had its side effects as well. I think just my body being slammed with the side effects of the flu-like symptoms, uh, you know, being slammed and feeling fatigued from that. Uh, then this injection of uh, Neutrogen uh, caused me to have bone aches and lower back pain and chest pain, and it just caused more fatigue in me. So I didn't have to have my injection on Friday when I went in, because I was just feeling so poorly, and they decided to hold it. So Monday I'll start back again. Um, it's just really tough. Um, but in spite of everything, I still remain hopeful for my future. Um, I'm positive and trust the Lord, because I know if you read the scripture, God is not have the ability to lie. He has given us the whole Bible of so many promises. All the words in the Bible are promises to us that He is going to continue to keep, and He says that I will never leave you or forsake you, and I know that, and I'm not saying that He is. I'm just really struggling with with the treatment, and it's causing me to be discouraged um, and feeling alone. Um, and my husband brought up a good point. Basically, said that because it's the summertime, people are on vacations and stuff, and it's really hard to reach out to people more. Um, but you know, it's just it's very difficult, and I will just end this you know um, update with that. I would just as I have to do, others that are on this journey, cancer journey, with me, know that you have to just you know persevere and seek the Lord and read His Word. Psalms is great for encouraging you, and continue to pray, and I have found that praising God, thanking Him for all the things that He is doing in my life is encouraging to me. It helps me to pulls me up a little bit more. Um, I know that He has my future in His hands, um, and He's allowed this diagnosis of cancer in my life for a reason, and one of the reasons I feel that He has showed me is to increase my faith, and I realized that my faith was increased through this because I was put brought to a place where I really don't have control of pretty much anything in my life now. Being type A, I was trying to always control everything, and being diagnosed with cancer is I've had to realize that my life is completely in God's hands. I do have choices that I can make, and I do, but ultimately I can't stop um, what's happening in my body. I pray for healing, but I also know that God does do different types of healings, and it's not always going to be that I'm going to be healed of cancer. I know that He can. I know that He has in other people's lives, um, and then He can in my life. But maybe He's not going to choose that way for me. But He has. But I continue to pray for the healing of relationships and for my family, and um, I'm just I'm reduced to being very simplistic and about life. I'm not taking anything for granted anymore. I'm very thankful for God's creation, things that He has created, and He has shown me to be thankful for, and I look at them as blessings and His handiwork in my life. And so I just don't know what to say right now, but I just want to, I'm struggling, uh, and I appreciate your prayers. And yeah, I know that it can be, and it could be worse in my life. I know that. I'm not discounting that, but I also know that where my strength has to come from, and it has to come from only God, um, and that I'm never alone. And it's very hard. But I will leave until the next update. I will leave everyone with the verse that is one of my favorite verses, is Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, to give you a hope and a future. And that's one of my favorite verses, and I say that hope that everyone has a blessed, blessed day. Talk to you soon. All right. Bye.